What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is, Falcon fans. This is your boy, the historian. We are live for the Benediction. Falcon fans, we've given up the draws once again, but guess what? We got the collection plate going, we got the communion going. We're definitely getting ready to drink some holy water because damn it, I feel like we curse. So sit back, relax. We got you for the Benediction. Let's go. Man, you know what? I'm at the point where I normally keep the background up. I'm at a point where I want to just take my background of the city down because this is just an embarrassment, dog.
I want to
I
put some
actually,
dog.
hey man, I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. I'm so pissed off to where I literally just want to
Champs, man.
I literally just want
The
to have a
real
room.
champs. Tired is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You see what it is. I've been wearing the dog stuff all day, but man, let's get to it, man. This was just an absolute good old fashioned ass whipping we took today. This was just bad. My thing is this: season ain't over with yet. We still got 4 games to go. You know what I'm saying?
The way we
But
playing.
the way we playing right now,
Yeah.
you let Tampa get back into this thing, and they possibly get steal the division after we had a 4-game lead. Heads got to roll at this point. Heads got to roll at this point, folks. When you look at it, let's keep this a book, man. I'm still gonna sit here and ride out for these Falcons. Win, lose, or draw. This is still my team. This is still my squad. And guess what? The same way I'm still keeping that energy when football happened. You got to understand, December football is so different from September football and August football. You have to be consistent at this point of the year. Your stuff has to work. It has to be there. You know, at this point, you got to figure out what your identity is, and that should have been figured out a long time ago.
We don't have one. That's the problem.
And it's gonna be a long off season with all the mess that Raheem came in here with and literally put out here. It's just what it is. We got the line
Very
open
inconsistent, William.
we got the line open for those who want to come in and chop it up with us or whatnot, man. Because at this point, it's nothing to even really go over with stats. The Falcons are just horrible right now at this point.
Straight cheap. Butt cheap.
Yeah, man. Come on here and sing y'all soliloquies. Yeah, that part.
Let me go ahead and get y'all started real quick.
Hey man, don't get us blocked now. We done already had copyright infringement a few times.
Fair use.
Fair use. You ain't. I'm like, don't. If you gonna do that, say fair use.
Fair use. But man, look. But just check this out though. We were penalized 13 times for 125 yards. 13 times for 120. Guess how many penalties they had? 6 for 39. My man Donald was 22 of 28 for 347 yards. 5 tugs, no interception. A QBR over 150. Let that sink in, folks. Addison whooped our ass. 3 tugs, over 133 yards. Jordan Jefferson hit Padre. 122 yards, 2 tugs. No turnover for the defense. They had 3. And they scored on all 3 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Once again,
football separates the men from the boys.
Well, we're boys right now. I'm talking about
some babies.
10 to 15 boy.
We some toddlers then, something.
I'm just trying to paint the picture that if much as I want us to go to the playoff, we're not a playoff football team.
Nope.
Yeah, man,
We're not a playoff.
We're sit there and look at it and say it.
I said this at the beginning of the season. I said it. I said I'm gonna ride with him because he here. I wanted Steve Wilkes.
God knows I wanted Steve Wilkes.
I said Steve Wilkes. But guess what? They went with a guy who was a slick, smooth operator in the in the interview, and is a politician in the press conference. And my thing is, I'm like this. At this point, there's no need to sit here and cry over spilt milk. The man is here. The man has had a questionable first year with the Falcons. Pretty much very questionable, because you get a division lead and you allow it to slip. And you have one of the worst divisions that you are playing in. At this point, honestly, I know you guys keep saying Penix, but why would you want to sit here and mess him up for next year? Listen, we spent $180 million. I get y'all frustrated. We all frustrated, but I'm not in a place to where I'm getting ready to mess up my damn future quarterback. Y'all out y'all rabbit ass mind if y'all believe this. Y'all want to throw Penix in there now, but it's like, yo, you throw him in here, he gets hurt. You got to go back to Kirk next year if he's hurt. Because think about it, it's damn near at the end of the season. It's pretty much the end of the season now. You got 4 games left. And if you're willing to risk this boy's health at this point, your ass need to be fired. I'm sorry. If you were going to make a quarterback change, it should have been in the middle of the season.
I'm trying to
make that change.
I just want to figure out, how come they're not prepared for Sunday? Because this is the second game. You didn't like back-to-back game that this, well, because when we came off the bye, which was atrocious. The inconsistency is pretty much blatant.
Yeah.
Bijan and Tyler were running the football effectively. If it wasn't for Tyler bouncing it off and getting like 24 yards, we wouldn't have scored on that drive.
Again, this is what happens when you don't stick with what works. This is what happens when you pretty much piss this game away the way that you did. And as I said before, don't be surprised if Tyler Algier is not here next year.
I don't blame him.
He goes somewhere where they use him properly.
I don't blame him.
It's what it is.
I don't.
Yeah, man, at this point, we deserve whatever happens with this damn team. We deserve whatever happens. He go elsewhere.
I'm with the media. And C-Dub, I got you in the sec, man. I ain't doing no introduction today because this is just one of these days, bro. It's just one of these days. But all I'm gonna say is this: at this point of the season, for you to get embarrassed the way that you did, you had momentum in this game. You had a chance to win it, and you went away from what works. Been saying this before. You brought in 2 guys that couldn't challenge you for your job because you were that insecure, knowing Arthur Blank does not fire people unless you really are god awful, and you didn't want nobody to challenge you for your job and bring in somebody that could help you win. You wanted to look like the brainchild, but now you're looking like a straight dumbass.
With a capital D.
Raheem Morris with a Columbia. I'm gonna say this: with a man with an Ivy League degree, it shows that just because you have it on paper doesn't mean your brain works. Raheem Morris is as bright as a box of black light bulbs. It's just what it is, dog. C-Dub, what you got, man?
Man, thanks, Ryan. And by the way, I'm not offended about the non-introduction. I figure we family. I can just show up and say hey to everybody, make sure everyone's doing okay. So just it's all good.
Refrigerator.
Yeah. No. Look.
Refrigerator.
You know it. I don't want no leaky floors afterwards. Look, I'm gonna tell you. So you're telling me Zach Robinson got away from the run game? You're telling me we were giving up the draws when Jefferson and Addison was cooking, and we're surprised? We don't look like we're in this game, and you're surprised? guys, again, this is ha kiki, Coach Ra. He is smiling. He's doing the Christian. He's coming up when he sees D-Lit. Oh, what's up, D-Lit? I know all the handshakes. Watch this. He don't care. He is no substance in that man. Ryan has called it out. What has this man made? He has made nothing but being a PC boy. And I'm sorry. I'm sick of it. Every time he talks, I believe the opposite. And someone's like, is Kurt hurt? You're never going to know. They're not going to tell you. Is Bijan hurt? You're never going to know. They won't tell you. They don't care because they think they know it all. But yet, here we are talking about this. We're in a 4-game losing streak or 5-game now. Because last I checked, if stats are for losers, we're some losers. And not only that, boy, I bet you the Vikings miss Kurt, because I know when I saw on the play action by Darnold, he moved with the guy and made people follow him. Kurt has to toss the ball, and that's in a play action toss. And it's look, I understand, or it's like this. Raw, you would have had a lot of people would have given you a little bit of credit. And I say a little bit. I ain't going to say he deserves anything. But you come out here, and remember last week, when the guy asked about the fans, how the fans felt about, deja vu, and he the only time Raw has ever looked serious. I wasn't here last year. Don't bring that on me. I wasn't here last year. Well, guess what, Raw? Yeah. You hear this year. And you're part of this.
Real bad.
And by the way, if he doesn't want to move Kurt, if he don't want to move Zach, if he don't want to move Jimmy, well, I think we can easily say, then fire him and everybody else. Because quite honestly, this man has been here for 2 years, if you really want to throw it out. That interim time, and then when he came back, what did he say? He's getting his guys. He got his quarterback. And we're still in the same spot as we were last year, if not worse, because we had the lead. And that's the sad part. If we tie, we get in the playoffs ahead of the Buccaneers. But guys, do you even want us to get in the playoffs with this team?
No.
Now look, we got our folks from We Talk Hawks TV. Damon, your ass was sitting there rooting him on like that. Now you sitting there on some other stuff. So y'all can't take Damon serious, dog. But we got a new coming to the building or whatnot. We got DA in the building. What's up, fam?
DA, what's up?
How you doing, DA?
What's up, DA?
Hey man, look, I'm gonna be real brief, man. There's a lot of raised fucking over this game, man. You go back to the draft first and foremost, and we all had that question back in the draft. If you were gonna take Kurt Cousins, and I said this on 95 North Sports Channel. Yeah. They weren't sure, they had to not have been sure about Kurt going back to the draft for the simple fact that they drafted Michael Penix. But if you look on the flip side, when will you have an opportunity to draft a quarterback of his caliber, at that time in the draft? And I think that was the perfect time to get the quarterback of the future. And I do agree. I don't want to see Michael Penix Jr. get thrown in the fire right now. It's already a mess. And like you said, you don't want to ruin the young man's future going forward. And when we look at this team, man, it's like it's the same story every season after season. It's the same story, same situation, same excuses, man. I'm going to tell you something. Raheem about to go on that sounding just like Dan Quinn once again. Same excuses every week, same everything. And the fact of the matter is, the team started off hot. Don't get me wrong. We were all on the Kirk Cousins train when they were 6-3. But most of us knew going into the season, man, it was a long shot. Think about it. Coming off that injury, I'm going to be honest, Kirk is done. And the play calling offensively is mediocre, man. It seems like Kyle Pitts. I'm not going to blame Kyle Pitts for his performance today, but I think mentally these guys are checking out, man. We're at this point again, 6-7. We've had several opportunities to stretch our lead in the NFC South. I mean, losing games that we should have won, especially last week. But man, you know, just looking at this situation, it's the same thing over and over. And we're in a situation we want to see Penix. But if you look on the other side of this situation, this is the same story. We get a quarterback that's doing terrible, and it takes until we're eliminated from the postseason, you know, for them to get that guy opportunity. But like you said, it wouldn't be smart to throw Penix in the fight. I do think the games coming up would be the perfect games for him. But like you said, looking at the future going forward, do you want to put this young man in this situation? And I agree, man. I don't want to see this team in the playoffs. I'm going to be honest. The play calling is questionable. The defense finally is figuring out ways to get to the quarterback. Yeah, they gave up some big yards today. They've been giving up chunk plays all year. But the defense has generated 9 total sacks in the past 2 games. We were crying about that in the first 9 games. It's like with the Atlanta Falcons. We either get one or we get one or the other, never get both. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know if Kyle Shanahan's going to be back with the 49ers. But I want to see Arthur Blank get rid of Raheem Morris if this season tumbles and bring Kyle Shanahan back as the head coach. I think that's the best thing that we can do this offseason because, man, listen, this is not going to be good. This team may be worse than Arthur Smith.
DA, I want you to stay for a minute. You ain't got to be brief because, see, when a lot of us say this, we're seen as haters or we're seen as wrong. I like the fact that somebody has come back up in here that's refreshing with some knowledge when it comes to this, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dog, look.
Appreciate that, man.
Brother, anytime you want to slide up in here, whether we agree or disagree, for you to start off coming into the cage like this, dog, you got a permanent seat on the perch, baby. You got a permanent seat on the perch, dog.
Coming in hot.
Hey, man,
I'll move over for you, DA.
Man, I love the BirdCage, man. Going all the way back to 2 years ago when I first met y'all on 95 New York. I appreciate I've always been a fan, man.
Bro, and this is the crazy part about the whole situation. Now, I'm gonna bring this into the fold for everybody. We had a chance to bring in Russell Wilson for $1.5 million. Now, I said this mess. If you don't jump on him or Justin Fields at that time because they were cheap, dirt cheap at that, and they're veterans, guess what? You bring in Russell Wilson for $1.5 million. Guess what? The Broncos are paying for everything at this point. They're paying for everything. They still paying off his contract. Guess what? You're pretty much paying. Really, it's kind of like you throwing up $1. All right, here's $1. Go ahead, do what you do. And you still had all that money you gave Kirk Cousins or whatnot. You could have signed pass rushers. You could have signed more players on the offensive line to help. You understand what I'm saying? Things that we needed. Rob brought him in because he wanted a vet quarterback. Okay, here's my thing. What's the problem with you not having Russell Wilson in here? With this offense that we have, Russell doesn't run like he used to. We know this. But your legs, his legs bring another dimension to this offense to where linebackers got to play him honest. Because if you give him a lane, he's going to pick up 6-7 yards and pick up a first down. Russell is going to keep the chains moving, even as an older vet now. You don't have to run to try to go outrun everybody. You know to move the chains and get down. And Pittsburgh has figured this out. They let Russ get healthy. And once he got healthy, Fields kept them afloat. I got to give Justin his credit because he damn sure kept them afloat. And now they only have 3 losses on their season. Think about that.
With Arthur Smith play calling.
Yep.
And hey, Christy, I know you say he didn't want to come to Atlanta. I know the reason why he didn't want to come because he didn't want to play for Raheem in a first year OC. I guarantee you, if it was a veteran OC, he would have come. I can tell you that now. He would have come. But because Raheem Morris wanted to be buddy with all his partners, guess what? It's gonna cost us now. It is costing us. And at this point, what you have to do now, you have to evaluate, is your job worth more than your buddies that you brought in here? Because guess what? They either going to get fired by you or released, or all three of y'all gonna get let go. Because right now, jobs are getting ready to be on the line. Remember this, fellas. Terry Fontenot does not have a contract right now. Remember this. We all said this. Terry understood how to do the books, but when it came, you gave up a third rounder for Matthew Judon.
Yep.
No disrespect to Judon, but now it's starting to look suspect with some of the moves that you made in the offseason. Just being honest, it wasn't long term. It was a quick fix, but we're looking at these quick fixes now. It's rough. Kool-Aid, what's good, man? What you got?
What's up, man? I ain't got no Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid got the reality. That's what that look. Kool-Aid got the reality.
We got some prune juice.
First time he ain't drank no Kool-Aid.
You know what I'm saying? Empty hands, man. Cause I get upset with I don't like losing, man. I might be running across and be drinking the Kool-Aid on some stuff, but I get real sometimes.
Yes, sir.
And I said when I be over there with We Talk House and I come and I say, how do you win championship? How do an organization win a championship? It starts with the ownership. Ownership get the right manager. The manager get the right coach and the players. You know what Travis said when I was texting back to him, and you know what he said to me? He said, I got the right player, I just got the wrong coach. You know, I heard Big Shaq and Charles going back and forth each other. And they were saying, Shaq was trying to say, well, it's the player. And Chuck them was saying, Chuck and my other boy was saying, no, it's the coach. And you know what my boy looked at him and said? He said, man, you had Phil Jackson. That's how y'all won. He said, when y'all didn't have Phil Jackson, we beat you. You know my boy who the one who played with Houston?
Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith. He said, when y'all didn't have Phil Jackson, you was up under the two best coaches of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Jackson and what his name who coached them, the coach LA.
Pat
the
Riley.
Two best coaches of basketball.
Oh, Pat Riley.
Pat Riley. So he said that's how you won. Now when he said Shaq, now when you weren't playing up under any of those coaches, I was playing on the team that beat y'all. That beat you on the team.
King the Dream.
Without those coaches.
Ori.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. As for Fontenot, I said the only problem Fontenot made was getting the wrong coaches. You had a Lamborghini. He put a Lamborghini on the field. Then he went and got his little 16-year-old son to drive it.
Mm.
You got some of the best running backs on the field. You got wide receivers. You went and got Kirk Cousins. It don't matter. Like last year, when Arthur Smith, who was a first-time head coach, wanted to be offensive coordinator, and then he wanted to experiment with the Atlanta Falcons. It didn't matter what quarterback. When we started flip-flopping quarterback, guess what? It looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
We can go ahead and put the other quarterback in. Guess what's going to happen with these rookie coaches and rookie owner and rookie management? And it's going to look the same, guys. And you know what, Arthur? You know why I'm so mad with Arthur Blank? We got to put him in the wrestlers, held accountable with the wrestlers too. You know why? He had Dan Reed, a Super Bowl coach. That was on his resume. I get you to the Super Bowl, but I don't win. And he fired him. Guess what we've been doing since then? Getting beginner coaches and think we're going to get to the Super Bowl with them. If it weren't for Shanahan, a bloodline of the Shanahan who took Denver to several Super Bowls, that offensive coordinator there who helped and said, look, I can be y'all head coach.
Oh, he mad.
Hire me.
Oh, yeah, he 38.
Demond. Well, hey, hold up. Demond got a show he got to do in a second. Hold up, Kool-Aid, because I'm going to let you cook today, because I see this the first time we done had Kool-Aid in here mad like this here. We always losing.
Let's go.
But this a first.
Bring it.
Hey, Hey, Rich, we got you coming on next, but Demond, he does a podcast. Y'all check out We Talk Hawks TV. He's got some stuff getting ready to come up. I'm going to slide him in real quick. I'm going to slide to you, and then I'm going to slide that thing back to Kool-Aid, because Kool-Aid done said some stuff that literally need to be said. But, Demond, what you got, bro?
What's good, Ron? Hey, man, first of all, thank you for having me on your platform, man. Salute to everybody on the BirdCage in the building, man. Salute to K-Dub for coming on the show the other night, hanging out. We appreciate that, my guy. The homeboy Kool-Aid. But
no problem.
Bro, I'm over my guy house. I came over my guy house, right? Die hard Falcon, Georgia. Y'all see it?
Yes, sir.
Bro, Kirk Cousins.
Trash.
Listen.
He said that from a distance.
He doesn't care.
Hey, Ron, like I say on my show, man, I know I'm a flip-flopper, okay? I flip according to your play. Okay, you're playing good, I'm with you. But if you're not doing good, I got a problem.
That nigga got to go.
So I said, that's Ron, you're correct. I got on the Kirk Cousins. I got on the bandwagon who was on the run. When we made a little run, right? But remember, I said as soon as they release Russell Wilson, go get him. Because you could have got him for the low, right? And like you said earlier, they could have addressed other needs. I said that in December 23. That's why I go look on my Twitter. I said it. It's out there.
But here's the thing, you tagged me in that, and I said this when he was on the free market when we had a chance, and I said, what's going to determine me and Coach Brant said what was going to determine if Russell came here is what offensive coordinator they were going to bring in, and he was not going to play for a rookie OC.
But see, I tagged you because I was watching your show and I heard you say it. So I tagged you, let you know I was thinking the same thing. Now I wasn't on the offensive coordinator part. I didn't know nothing about that part. Right. Yeah. But just the fact that we could have went after a guy like Russell, veteran, Super Bowl winning quarterback, healthy, right? And you could have addressed other needs instead of dumpster diving for talent, picking up Judon, who red sleeves ain't done nothing since he been here. Okay. This is my thing, and y'all can help me out. These turnovers, I'm a basketball guy, so y'all help me out here. These turnovers by Kirk Cousins, give me a percentage. How many of his turnovers is quarterback error or is receiver play calling error?
It's more. I'm gonna tell you this here, truthfully,
and real quick, Ryan, that's all I got, my guy. I'm gonna bounce because y'all know I gotta get ready to do this show in about an hour. So I'll leave and listen. Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey man, I'm gonna stop by the show later.
All right.
I got you, bro. I owe you a visit, man.
Yeah, K-Dub was there the other night when we whipped up on them Lakers. We was lit, bro.
Oh, that was a beautiful.
We got them Knicks this Wednesday,
it was lit.
bro.
Hey, now they play today.
Next Wednesday, we got to get that dub, but I'll be there to arm in a few, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you, my guy.
Most definitely.
All right.
DeMar brings up a great point, and I'm gonna pass this to Rich. Here's the thing: it's mainly, let's be honest. It's a lot of things to go with it. You got play calling, you got suspect pass blocking that's been messed up for the past 3-4 years that still hasn't been addressed, and then you also have bad quarterback play. I mean, it's all three. We're missing veteran leadership here, and I'm not just saying the quarterback's he needs to be the leader of this team, but let's be 100. Veteran leadership all the way around. Veteran leadership gotta be here. We don't have it. And this is something that's been killing us all season. Nobody in that locker room can step up and say anything because the play has been so bad all the way around. Who's gonna listen to who, especially when we see defensive backs falling all over the turf today? Can't even keep their feet. You're not even on a guy and you can't keep your feet. You're fumbling a kickoff. You're doing all of this. You're overthrowing open routes. You're not even looking to see Kyle Pitts wide open. I'm not even a Pitts fan, but hell, he was even open today, and he missed them. So it's a combination of everything today. Rich slid out. I was getting ready to pass that to Rich because I knew he was going to ride with it. But, man, let's get back to the elephant in the room. The Kirk Cousins pick is something that's gonna hurt this franchise and set us back for a little bit financially. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry gonna have to eat that. This is one of his mistakes. He's gonna have to eat that. And
eat all of it.
Yeah, he straightened out the books, but let's be 100. We're missing way too much at this point right now. And we were saying this. I said it in the offseason. We have too many deficiencies to be sitting there spending $180 million on a quarterback. We got to ride with him because he's here, and we done spent the money. He done signed the contract, but we don't have to agree with how he's playing right now. Period.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown
in a month. I want to ask everybody on the panel. I know we got Bijan here. This comes with Terry Fontenot, sir. And I got to throw this out. DA, all y'all, I want y'all to answer this for me. I want everybody to answer. You had a chance to get defensive linemen in 2 straight drafts. You know I'm going there, and I don't give a damn how you Bijan fans feel. Y'all kick rocks. That's how I feel about it. You had a chance to get Murphy. You had a chance to get Sweat. You had a chance to get Jalen Carter. You had a chance to solidify this defensive line and give Grady help. No disrespect to Rook or Roro, but let's be real. Rook been hurt all year. So, again, you had a chance to draft. You still can bring Rook in, but you had a chance to draft a number 1 draft pick at that D-line spot, and instead you took a running back, and we got one that you saw showed out today, and they stopped feeding him. My question is this. How do you look at Terry now? This is his, as Kool-Aid said earlier. Guess what? It starts with management first. It starts with how things are. If you're not competitive and you're worried about somebody stealing your job, this the wrong business for you. Because guess what? It's all about wins and losses in the NFL.
Well, here's my question. Are we going to question Terry Fontenot when he was with Arthur Smith? Because you know Arthur Smith wanted his guy. And primarily he wanted to go to the offensive side of the ball.
But here's the thing. I'm questioning all of management because let's be honest. You had a chance to get Murphy or Sweat this year.
Oh, yeah.
You had a chance to get either one of them. Now, we needed a quarterback. We got that. You could have got a hell of a defensive tackle. No disrespect to Rook, but let's be honest. Rook ain't doing what Murphy is doing or Sweat. And those two were 2 of the best in the country, and you passed on them. And they've been dominant in the NFL. Hell, Murphy made us pay for that in the Seattle game that we lost. Murphy was wreaking havoc the whole game.
He did.
And still is wreaking havoc. Again, and it's no disrespect to Bijan, but let's be real. We didn't need a running back. We needed a defensive lineman. We needed to build up the trenches. That's the problem. Just like Kool-Aid always says on his show, we needed to bring in players to help Trey Young out. Trey can't do it by himself. It's just what it is. Talent is there. You got talent on this D-line. Grady can't do it by himself. You got to get him help. Period.
Well, I'm going to put somebody on Terry because of the player and personnel that he brought in. But I'm also looking at what the coaching did previously when he went 3 straight years offensively with our first pick, when knowing that in the trenches is when you win championship. And we didn't address that in the draft 3 straight years. We went wide receiver. We went tight end, which still to this day didn't make no damn sense. And then we went running back. We got a tight end right now that literally been called a bust. And we could have went and got a quarterback or another defensive player that could have impacted us right now. So we got to look at the direction of where they wanted this team to go. I mean, if we're gonna spend all these picks on offense, and we still like damn near bottom of the barrel offensively when it comes to points, third down conversion, yard per carry and stuff, whatnot, somebody needs to get fired.
And like Ryan, I mean to cut you out. Like Ryan said, man, I know a lot of folks not going to agree with this, and I said this before the season started. This is why personally I wanted Bill Belichick. People can say whatever they want to say about Bill, but one thing about Bill in New England, they always had structure. People respected Belichick. They knew, just like when Darrelle Revis came in for those 2 years, man, his ass was gone on the first thing smoking. And one thing about it, Bill always addressed the needs of the Patriots. Yeah, they had Tom Brady. Yeah, they had Gronkowski, Edelman, but they always took care of the team needs first. If they needed an edge rusher, they went out and got your edge rushers, linebackers. They will bring in a marquee receiver, a Randy Moss, a marquee corner, Darrelle Revis, whatever it takes, whatever the issue is, Belichick and the GM made sure that was done. And in order for the Falcons to turn this team around, they got to stop getting these soft-ass coaches. Don't get me wrong. I love Raheem personally. We can go back to the Tampa Bay days, the Ram day. I still think Raheem Morris has a ceiling in the NFL, but Raheem Morris, I'm not going to say he came into a super horrible situation. It was bad. Don't get me wrong. It was bad. But there was some type of structure, especially coming back on how the defense performed the first 12 weeks last year. But I believe Belichick would have brought the right coaches in, the right players in. Belichick is on. I said, either you're going to do it my way or you're not going to be here. And we talking about a coach that has won multiple Super Bowls, that dominated 2 decades of football. You see what I'm saying? So me personally, I think that the whole Belichick situation, maybe Terry Fontenot would have been out the door because, you know, Belichick probably would have wanted his own guy in or vouched for his own guy. But we need a Bill Belichick mindset to give this team some type of direction. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, me personally, when they drafted Michael Penix, I said to myself, I don't know how this season is going to go. But, and like Ryan said earlier, you could have got Russell Wilson. If you get Bill Belichick, maybe Russell Wilson comes. You know, and where the Broncos would still be paying this guy, we have to spend. Now, we aren't in I'm not going to say we're in a complete downturn with the salary cap, but we just cleaned up the cap space 2 seasons ago. We get this guy $180 million. He's turned out to be a bust. Don't get me wrong. I think Kirk is one of the greatest to ever play. Not the best, but one of the best to ever play. But the ceiling is falling on Kirk. And like you said, Russell Wilson, I think Russell Wilson would have had us in a better situation. Even though the offensive line has been struggling, they've been a little bit better this year. A little bit better, to the point where most of Kirk's interceptions come when he's not pressured. If you look at out of his last,
who's moving the mic, man? Somebody keep bobbling something, man, because we keep hearing that boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
hey,
man, I don't know what's going on.
If you got a mic, please let it sit still, because it's killing me in my headphones. I'm sorry. Go ahead, DA.
But like you saying though, man, I lost my train of thought. But like you said, they'd have brought Belichick in. I guarantee this would be a different situation right now. There's no reason why this team shouldn't have 9 wins right now. There's no reason why this team shouldn't have 9 wins. Yes, the defense started off slow. I get it. It's been a long year defensively. But if our offense and Zach Robinson had taken advantage of these last 2 games in terms of the defense actually coming along, what's going to happen is this is going to end up taking their confidence away. Yeah, they gave up big plays, but our defense is giving us everything they can give us. So me personally, this goes back to this decision. I don't, and if Belichick wanted full control of football operations, why not? We talking about a guy that, and I get he had Brady, so what? You can talk about the court.
DA, go back. I want you to go back. DA, I want you to go back. It ain't just Brady. Let's talk about this, because I'm going to let Kool-Aid slide on this one, because he's waiting. And I'm going to let C-Dub do this. But just think about it. Go back to when Belichick was the defensive coordinator for that Giants team back when Lawrence Taylor was playing. Nobody don't want to talk about that. Nobody don't want to talk about the fact that he orchestrated one of the greatest defenses in the 80s. They were competing against the Washington Redskins back in them days, the Chicago Bears that were the monsters of the Midway, the 49ers who were dominating the 80s. Belichick was in the midst of that. The man won.
Cowboys.
Think about it. The man won 2 Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator in New York and always had a top defense during that time. He stumbled in Cleveland, but eventually he got him to the playoffs. Then when they went to Baltimore, Art Modell got rid of him. And then you saw what happened when he went to New England. Kool-Aid, what you got, bro?
Man, you know what I be saying on my side, right? I need a manager that see mutants. You get what I'm saying?
No, I've heard you say this before, and I know where you're going.
I need managers that see X-Men and mutants and go get them. That's what I need. This is the thing, man. I'm gonna say this with Fontenot on your question.
Yeah.
Fontenot made several bad mistakes. Yeah. He should have built the defense and stuff like that. He had enough money to really do what he needed to do. He had the thing to make the decision on what coach we're gonna get, along with the others, of course. But it still came down, like my man said, you had one of the best coaches with the best resume in football, regardless of how he did it. And his resume, like you said, went all the way back to the Giants. Now I'm gonna put this in y'all ear. This might bug y'all a little bit. We just say I'm just dreaming. You know how Kool-Aid dreams a little bit, right? Say we pick Belichick. We got all this money, right, to play with. And so him and Arthur Blank say, okay, you know what? We're gonna keep Ritter. I'm gonna take all this money and I'm gonna build a defense. Now think about it. Last year, Ritter had us in the same place with bad coaching. So this is what I'm saying. When you really have a coach that has it, just like the coach that built that defense with the Ravens and didn't have a quarterback because it wasn't that important. I'm talking about the first quarterback that before they got the other dude that came in with Matt. They won off the strength of getting a mutant in Ray Lewis and continue to build mutants around him on the defensive line and the and the linebackers and the corners. And you win
you gotta remember
by
this,
getting
though.
mutants in the trenches.
Guess who they had as a general manager, though? This is the part that you not saying that everybody's not talking about.
Big Ozzy.
You had one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history.
Be safe, guys.
That was the general manager. You had Ozzie the Wizard Newsome,
who
was a hell of a player.
I've been on the podcast.
That was the GM who understood how to draft, who understood how to evaluate players, because guess what? He was in the locker room. He was an elite player. He saw elite talent. He literally played in big games. They just never got to the Super Bowl during his time in Cleveland. They always was in the AFC Championship game losing. So he knew the recipe on how to build a championship team because he was in the midst of it. As you always say, you got to have somebody that's been in the midst of a championship to know what they're doing. Terry was in the midst of one, but the problem is you're looking like you're very incompetent. And I'm going to pass this to C-Dub because I see Red at the bottom. I don't want my man Red to start snoring. So, I got to get him involved too. Red at the bottom chilling. C-Dub.
What's up, man?
What's up, Red?
How do you feel if this team puts themselves in a position or whatnot to try to fix this next year? Because this ain't going to be fixed this year. We all said it was going to be ups and downs, and this was the year for you to capitalize on a weak division at this point.
In the immortal words of MC Hammer, stop, Hammer time. Because look, first of all, the Ritter thing, nah, hell no. I don't know. No fan needs to ever relive that. Second, instead of Kyle Pitts, wouldn't y'all like to have Penei Sewell?
Yep.
And you know how everyone's so enamored about the right tackle being the blind side? Wouldn't Penei Sewell play right tackle since Jake's on the left? And I'm pretty confident that, the Lions aren't upset about having Penei Sewell. But anyway, what do I know? And now I love the question because I got to also go back to what you also asked us originally. How many playoff record had we have? Our seasons, these past 4 illustrious seasons with Terry being around, how many championships, how many, divisions have we won? None. We haven't won anything. And you see how the team has been built. We went for receiver. instead of the receiver. We could have gotten our defensive guy. Instead of you drafted a running back in the 5th round in Tyler Algier. Awesome pick. Really great pick. After a really good year. So, hey, that's an ace pick. People will tell you that. You go get Bijan. And I like Bijan. I'm not going to hide it. I like Bijan. But I also like making sense. Think about it. You could have gotten Jordan Davis. You could have gotten, the big man, Mr. Carter. And you tell me how our frontline defense would have been playing. And you have Penei Sewell on the team. But now, of course, So here's what all I got to say.
Man, we deserve everything we get at this point.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna tell you that now. C-Dub, I'm sorry. See, I almost called you by your first name, C-Dub. I'm sorry. See, that's bad when I almost called him by his first name. That's how I'm pissed right now, being honest. Think about this.
Yeah.
You literally passed on Jalen, who's been killing it in Philly.
Yeah.
Now let's get for all you that want to say Kyle Pitts is a unicorn, I'm gonna combat you with this. There's a rookie that's playing in the NFL right now. Now.
We're going to see him close Monday night.
And we're getting ready to see who he is on Monday night. A former Georgia Bulldog by a 2-time Mackey Award winner. Not a one-time, a 2-time Mackey Award winner that helped Georgia win 2 national championships and was a pivotal part in that. Man by the name of Brock Bowers. Guess what he just did this year? He literally has the most catches in NFL history for a tight end with 87. With 87. And guess how many yards he has right now? 884 yards.
How many touchdowns?
And 4 touchdowns.
So that means more than one.
He's playing with Gardner Minshew. No disrespect to Gardner, but don't forget now.
Oh, he played. Think about it. He played with Gardner Minshew. He played with
Aiden.
He played with Ritter, and he's playing with
Aiden O'Connell. Aiden
O'Connell. So again, I don't want to hear the BS about Kyle Pitts ain't had no good quarterback. Guess what? Brock Bowers had 3 bad quarterbacks in his first year, and he's about to be a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
so I don't want to hear a damn thing about that.
So your question about Terry, he may have gotten the books ready, but I'm going to be real honest with you there, Ryan. That don't mean crap to me if you can't set the team up properly. We're behind on defense because you took a risk on guys. Look at the 2021 draft that we've drafted some guys, and they're not even on the team, let alone doing anything. So, and you passed over. So I just, he makes questionable trades in the draft to try to move up, and you didn't have to move up for these guys. So I'm looking at it like this. When Bill Belichick wanted to come here, everybody was like, no, we don't want Bill. And then Terry basically said, please, Arthur, don't let me lose my job. Okay, what do you do this year? Now, if this man gets an extension, wouldn't we have known by now?
Yep.
Because you know how Arthur likes good news. He likes to have a press conference. There's no extension. I'm telling you guys, it would not surprise me if there's a clean sweep. And if not, I'll be very disappointed because I think they're going to hang Ra by his words. Because remember how much talk he was doing in all the media, in all that media talk. Oh, we're just a quarterback away.
No. See, Doug, let me see something. Winston, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
can't see you. Your screen black as the ace of spades, man.
Yeah. We'll be able to see.
Yeah, we can't even see you, bro. Try to step back in.
He'll get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Winston. I'm gonna bring him back in once he gets back.
Yeah.
So Red's been waiting patiently.
Yep. Go ahead, Red. I got a dip anyway. So guys, thanks.
Hey, C-Dub, tell the folks where they can find you at, man.
C-28. Now tomorrow morning, for my ATL Sports 1 with Terry, Ladarius, and Ron, we're gonna chop up this game. Honestly, there ain't much to chop up because you saw what happened. But we're going to be talking much about it, and we'll go in there and we're going to have our fun. But C-28, we're going to have the Beard Gang review. We're going to talk about it and also preview the Raiders game. And God dang it, man, if we lose to Ritter, someone's going to have to pour me a drink. So yeah. See us this week. We'll still be together and having fun talking.
All right, C-Dub. Red, welcome to the chat. Winston, welcome to the chat. We got Red and then we got Winston, and then we're gonna have our last little say-sos on this thing here. And we gonna, hey man, there's no need to sit here and cry over spilled milk at this point. So Red, what you got, man?
You ready for the house?
Yeah, you're right. No need to cry over spilled milk. I really ain't got nothing too much to add. Everybody pretty much don't pretty much say it at all. I mean, just a lot of bad decisions over the years, bad drafts, bad free agent decisions, just coming back to haunt us now. I mean, so many great players or players we should have drafted now that we should have took, and like I say, just a lot of bad decisions coming back to haunt us, fellas. Like I say, that Jalen Carter pick, man. I don't think I ever get over that one, man. I mean,
Justin, we ain't gonna forget that. Terry cost us a 5th round pick.
I can see we actually needed a running back, and this what really upsets me. I heard this today on the broadcast. They sit here every time Tyler get in the game, and you sit here and say, "Well, yeah, this guy, he's a great change of pace back from the Falcons. When he get in, he does a little bit." Alpha, the fool had 1,000 yards his rookie season. Stop talking about him like he just some change of pace back. The dude had 1,000 yards his rookie season. Give him more respect than that. I'm saying, because to me personally, when he get in the game, that's when the running game steam and take off, man. I mean, man, if we needed 1 yard, I would rather get a ball to him than beat John. So I mean, all these they talking about Algier like he just some bonus back we just got sitting on the sideline. Dude, he's the one back we got. They got 1,000 yards in the rushing in the season. So treat the man with a little more respect. So
thank you, and Red.
Other than that, it is what it is. Kirk Cousins. We could have got Russell Wilson. We spent $100 million we probably shouldn't have for a guy who obviously ain't ready to take us to the next level. We got a guy sitting on the bench who possibly could take us to the next level. And was that John?
Well,
that's John at the bottom with that bag on his head. That's John. Hey, John done put the bag on his head, bro. You know it's bad when he done broke that out. Winston, what you got, man? What's up?
When you go from 6-3 to 6-7, I don't blame him, man, John. And you got your quarterback who ain't threw a touchdown pass in over a month and don't got 8 or 9 in the first place. He passed 4 games. So you can't blame John for doing what he's doing. I don't blame him. I posted on my page until Penix is the starter. He just called me an emotionless Falcon fan because I already know what's gonna happen. We about to play the Raiders next week, and don't be like C-Dub said. I already got the drink. Read the poem because Desmond Ritter, he didn't do a doggone thing for us, Ryan. But watch him have the game of his life on Monday Night Football.
He's gonna have a 300-yard game with 3 tutties on us.
He's gonna have a game that nobody never saw coming, and all because he's throwing on this doggone defense aisle that I swear anybody and their mama can get 200 or 300-yard passing on. So, like I say, it is what it is now. Kirk Cousins ain't taking us nowhere. I'm praying to God that Penix is the franchise quarterback we all think he is, because if he ain't now, we really sit back. But like I say, until I see my real quarterback starting, I'll be an emotionless Falcon fan waiting for us to get embarrassed like the team we all Monday Night Football next week when Ritter coming out looking like the next coming of damn Jim Plunkett. Done.
Yeah, right back to bad quarterback play. Right back.
Hey, so Winston, welcome to the party, man. What's up, man? What you got?
Hey, man, look, I said it way back before the draft. When the draft happened, the day of the draft, the first thing I said was this: I understand us getting finished, but it was a bad draft move. We did not build this team right. We did not do anything to maximize this team this year. Everybody said the team, this and the third, this better. Finish with the future, this and the third. Okay. Now we halfway through the damn season, and everybody got their lips in their on the kneecap. Mad and sad as hell. Like we did not do anything to maximize this team. If we was going to go get Penix, to took that money and spent it on the defense, got the defense together. If we were going to Kirk Cousins route, We should have took that first overall draft pick and then got a defender. That's the route. You do one or the other. You don't do both of them in the same offseason in the span of a couple of weeks. That makes absolutely no sense. And now you're in a situation where you done spent so much money with Kirk, you can't put him on the bench. So this season is what it is. You can't put Kirk on the bench.
He got
Because
he have a 4-year contract, man. That's just a question for me.
He got a 4-year contract, but so
technically
we
it's a
can
2-year contract.
we can weasel out of it in year 3. It won't hurt us financially.
He can 52 this year. He get like 25 next year. Give or take, it's like 20, 25, 28, something like that. And we'll be left with 10 million on his 3rd year. You can cut him after next year, after next season. But as of this season, you can't have somebody getting $62 million sitting on the bench because he sit on the bench at any point this year. Terry Fontenot is going out the door. As he should, though. Because
Hey, Winston, your sound keeps going in and out, bro.
I said, if Cousins get put on the bench at any point of this season, Terry Fontenot is going out the door, which he should, because all his drafted, don't get me wrong, the talent-wise is nice, but you built this team wrong. Overall, for 4 seasons, you built this team wrong. There's not an outstanding player that you have outside of Bijan. Bijan is the only outstanding player that you have drafted. But you had what 4 back-to-back, 3 back-to-back first top 10 picks. You don't have an outstanding player outside of a running back. Like,
4
come on,
years
bro.
straight. 4 years straight drafting Winston. Offense. 4 years straight. First round picks. Offense.
Mm-hmm.
The only outstanding player out of all of them is Bijan. That's a shame. That's a shame. We get bullied in the trenches on both sides of the ball. We don't have an actual dynamic like Mooney. If Mooney is healthy, then he's dynamic. London is a possession receiver. Kyle Pitts is afterthought at this point. But what have you done? You haven't done nothing. You're going to go get names. The only name that has been effective that you really got is Jesse Bates, and that was in free agency. Jesse Bates is the only name that you can stamp your hat on.
And what's gonna happen when Jesse Bates don't have enough of this shit?
Jesse Bates only got 1 more year on the contract.
Hey, wait. Hold up. I know we pissed, but we're trying to get monetized. It's certain words we can't use. That's one of them. We can use ass, damn, hell. No, you good. You didn't know. It was on me because I didn't tell you because all us is steaming right now. That's on me. So certain words we just don't use because we actually working on the monetization right now. So it's just certain words. You can still use ass, damn, hell, just S-bombs, F-bombs, you can't rock with it like that.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that, Winston. I had to kind of catch that one. My bad.
You good. Hey, man, I understand the grind.
John, you okay over there? John got this bag on his head right now, and he literally went back to the old Falcon days in Fulton County. I know, hey Kool-Aid, I know you remember them days too when you saw them fans with them bags.
Yeah, New Orleans and us, we played the bad game. Both of us, we were 2 of the worst teams in football.
John, what you got, man? Come on, because I know you about to give me one.
Come on, John.
Come on, John. Come on with it.
Now I want to vomit in it.
Oh boy.
Hey John, remember UGA won this weekend?
Red. Now that okay. You right, Red. But let me tell y'all something. There are only 7 cuss words that exist.
Oh Lord.
Here we go.
I'm about to make at least 3 more because the combinations that I've used in cussing today I won't be able to go back to the pulpit. I won't be able to preach to folks.
That's why we call you the cricket deacon.
I can't talk to people about the word after all that cussing I did today. Now let me tell y'all something. I told y'all a long time ago. That the toughest team on our schedule every year is who?
The Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons. Man, them Atlanta Falcons will knock the snot out of you. They'll beat you to death. Them Falcons something else. Because we are the only team in the NFL that cuts a fresh 2x4 every Sunday and beats ourselves across the head with it. We had damn near 100. When they get through and get the talent and everything up, we're going to have over 120 penalty yards.
That's exactly what it was.
13 penalty for 120, Kevin.
I'm still trying to figure out what that penalty was on the field goal. Because I'm trying to see, did you actually see something? You just wanted to call something. I'm still trying to figure out what the penalty was on the field.
They talk about he dragged him down when he went
Yeah,
down.
that's
What they call the personal foul.
You know, you grab the defender's jersey, and that's an old school move. That's one.
Okay.
Like in the league.
But that goes back to coaching though, because if you had that point and you held them to a 3, there's no point in even sitting there trying to rush up the middle.
I mean, yeah.
Put offense back on the field. Don't
let them have that. That's a win. That's a win for the defense. A field goal is a win for the defense. If you can't stop them, if you can't stop them on the field or whatever, get the ball back or fumble or whatever, and they get down there and kick a field goal, that's 3 points.
Yeah.
But Kirk Cousins did some good and he did some bad. And we're gonna talk about that, tonight and later on, because that interception he threw to Drake London, where he's staring over there, pump fake, and still throwing the same damn direction with 3 people looking at you in your eye.
Yeah.
Man, I would have had a bullwhip and a 38 and went out there. You wouldn't have heard a word from my mouth, but you'd have heard something popping and pop. Because you don't do stupid stuff like that. Now, and I'm going to say it again. This brings me back to the coaching that you have for your rookie quarterback over there. If your quarterback coach and your offensive coordinator aren't looking to see what this man is learning over here, what he's seeing from the mistakes that Kirk Cousins is making, I got a problem. I definitely got a problem.
Got a mean echo.
Oh yeah, I heard an echo there.
So is somebody Washington turn the head on the line at the same time?
Nah, somebody hit mute because that's an echo. I hear it.
I have my mic on.
To hear it. So,
hello. So, okay, it's gone.
John, go ahead.
So we had opportunities to tie this game up, possibly win this game. But these egregious procedure calls, these egregious penalties, these egregious interceptions, with everything that was at stake today, we now in second place. The Atlanta Falcons beat themselves back into second place. And if you look at the next 4 games, yes, at the beginning of the season, these things might have looked winnable. At the beginning of the season, we should be cruising right now, looking at what it was that we were supposed to have done versus what we have done. And man, I'm telling you, do you see how fast this season is going away?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all see how fast these 17 weeks? I thought that the season would, be a little bit longer with the addition of a game. But man, this football season is just about over with. It's over with. Yeah. And you done Philly fluked. Just Philly fluked. That was another word I want to use there, but you monetize it. Yeah, you Philly fluked away your 2024 season. I mean, it's just gone. It's just gone. You know, I have no confidence. I have no reason to think that we're going to do anything good for the rest of this year. No reason. You taking all the steam out of it. You know, you got me reverted back to sniffing doggone glue and sniffing this marker that I done put on this damn sack.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this here. Well, while you put your face back in the Kroger paper sack, we got Atlanta Falcons Fandemic in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Bird? What's going on?
What you got for us?
What's going on?
Guys, it's only one reason we look the way we look. One reason. It ain't the refs. It ain't Coach Raheem Morris, although he has an input, but it's not him. You talking about 4 games. 4 games that Kirk single-handedly gave us an L. Barring how the defense played, how the offense played, it's Kirk. And you know they called it at the beginning of the season, and I denounced it. I even made a video about it. We do have a quarterback controversy in here. Now we do. We do have one, and Raheem Morris has a decision to make. But you talking about 4 games, no touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
That's crazy.
9, no touchdown. I mean, and if you go back and look at it, it's not even close. The closest Kirk came to throwing a touchdown in these last 4 games was that one against Cal that he threw to Kyle Pitts today. And
he tried to throw the Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, he tried to go to Kyle Pitts. You know, and Kyle Pitts let a 5'10", Kyle Pitts 6'6", right? He let a 5'10" guy get under him and make a play on him. He did it twice today. One in the end zone and one, I think it was on the 3rd down call.
It was that 3rd down call of that series, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was an example over.
We call him soft. Like, here's my thing. Everybody keeps saying put Penix in. I'm gonna keep telling you this. If y'all don't understand this right now, he is not gonna play this season. If he get hurt, you got to go back to Kirk. Why the hell are you gonna risk getting your future franchise quarterback hurt in the rest of this season? Because y'all in y'all feelings, get the hell out of it.
Here go the thing. Though.
But it's just what it is. It's like, damn. Y'all keep saying y'all want Penix, but guess what? If he gets hurt now with 4 games left, you're stuck with Kirk Cousins next year. Why not give him a fresh start and let him start from the beginning of the season?
Hey Ryan, I give you one more better thing. Another reason. You're not gonna sit there and see Penix because of this. If Penix goes in, his blind side isn't Jake Matthews.
Nope, it's Caleb McGarry. We've been saying that for weeks, bro.
The turnstile.
He's left-handed.
We know who exactly is blind.
Hey guys, can I say something? I'm gonna say this.
Kool-Aid.
Okay, y'all as fans, for Atlanta Falcon fans, just gird up in your heart and get ready for 3 bad seasons till we get to the management. Till the management get fired, and the head coach get fired, and start making some changes. You got to start from. You got to fire the manager, and the manager and the coach got to be fired. We got to go through it's gonna be bad for these 3 years, guys. Because I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna matter what quarterback you put in there. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter what players you're gonna put in. Let me tell you something. The 4th and 5, instead of punting it, was one of the turning points of the game that the coach made.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You down on the goal line. The push for Philadelphia, you know it's coming, right? But you can't stop. You did a new play that they can't even stop. You put Bijan as a tailback and Adjur as a fullback and gave it to them, and they couldn't stop it. You get down on the goal line and you don't run the play again. That's coaching. How many times have we sit up here and said, if the ball is kicked to the end zone, don't run it out. because they put you on the 30. But what they do, the coaches don't tell the player not to run it out. Hey, don't run it out, man. If it go in the end zone, just kneel it down. Just go. If it go in the end zone, just kneel it down. We get to the 30. But no, the coaches don't have something to tell what his name not to run it out. And guess what he do? He runs it out and fumbles the ball. See, football guards don't like dumb, stupid coaching sometimes, man. You know that ball when he went for the 4th and 5, it was on the 2 plays, and they scored. And it was a butterfly pass. It went straight up in the air. It was like a pop-up in baseball. And guess what? We're supposed to see it before the wide receiver see it, right? Because we're facing
Kool-Aid done
the
checked
quarterback.
out.
That's a first. For Kool-Aid to check out like that, that's a first.
You
So
understand?
y'all already know it's bad when Kool-Aid saying that.
So therefore, football gods say, Raheem, if you coach like you playing chess, you would have punted the ball down and told your opponent to kick it out of bounds to get it down inside the 10. And then another stupid stuff he did when it was the whatever that was, then he gonna call and bring him back in. When we had when we was 3rd down, he gonna bring him back in and go for it and give him the ball again. And then he come back and score instead of just going with the field goal. Y'all don't see this guy walking up and down the sideline looking like he lost? Like he trying to figure out, go look at Kirby Smith. Look at that Kirby Smith. This man pulling the headphones off. This man making decisions. Right decision. Hey, this dude right here actually pulled his hair in that Georgia Tech game. He actually ran down there. Kirby Smart actually pulled, and you know what was the most smartest thing he did as a head coach? Was called timeout 3 times on because he knew he had 1 timeout. And every time he called a timeout in the overtime. That's genius, man.
You know what though, Kool-Aid? I think even when he came that return where Ray fumble, I think Kurt still would have turned the ball over that drive. Even though it wouldn't have been, Kurt.
Well, we can't say what the future gonna say. You don't read into the future.
Man, you know something
you play
I noticed
for
today.
The future.
Pulls back to this offseason.
Man, you know something I noticed today though.
And you have the opportunity to go get a head coach that has won 6 Super Bowls as a head coach, 2 more as a defense coordinator. You go get him. There's no ifs and buts about it. Whatever he's done, it done worked. It done worked. I don't get me wrong. I'm all for fresh blood and giving a new guy a shot. But when you're in this situation, you're long had 6 losing seasons in a row. I haven't seen the playoffs since the year after you went to the Super Bowl in embarrassing fashion. You go get the 2nd most winningest coach of all time? Like that's just common stuff.
Hey, fellas, hold up. This is how we gonna do it.
One thing though, because I gotta be quick.
Yeah, you gonna be the last one, so you got to get it out. Let's go.
Nah, I'm gonna be
I got
quick.
to roll. I got some stuff I got to do.
I agree with Atlanta Falcons. What that is, fanatic. I can't really see it on my screen.
That's fan.
I'm gonna tell you something I realized today watching our offense. That playbook is not designed for Kirk Cousins. It's designed for Michael Penix because he can push the ball down the field. They want to play vertical ball. They don't want to play action. And if you ever notice, the reason why he have to stop play action because he don't have a lot of play action plays. He got a lot of vertical throwing plays because he used to dealing with Matthew Stafford. That's why they said they got Penix watching. Because if you realize what Raheem said, they got Penix watching all of Mahomes' film. That's how they was able to play Mahomes the way they did because they already had Penix watching Mahomes' film so he could do the plays Mahomes does so they know how to counter it. So the playbook, that's why Raheem he care, but he don't care because I think he really ready to get past Kirk himself, but he gonna let Kirk throw himself under the bus versus him having to do it, which is a silly mistake to me, being is where you at in this season. But me looking at the plays they did today, the reason Kirk can't do it is because Kirk never been a stand in the pocket straight. He always been play action and roll out. He's not standing in the pocket. Michael Penix will roll out, will do play action or run, but he rather stand in the pocket and go vertical on you. Why? Because Michael Penix, if you ever notice, he don't got to plant his foot to throw the ball. I noticed that that Denver game, he went over the top off the rip and did not plant his feet at all. I'm talking about went straight over the top. Old boy just got hit crazy. But other than that, that was a touchdown, honestly. So the way I've been looking at this playbook, the reason why Kirk is struggling is because it's not built for him. It's built for Michael Penix. It's built to throw that ball down the field. We not trying to keep running the ball. We trying to be a score-quick team like Minnesota was, and it's killing this team because you have a quarterback that really can't get it down the field. That's why when, real quick, my last point, that's why Kyle Pitts don't have a touchdown, because instead of throwing it inside the hash, he threw it outside the hash straight to the defender. That's my only point. I noticed that today. I'm not even complaining no more because I know who that playbook built for now. I see it.
Well, here's the thing. Playbook is built for him, but at the end of the day, we ain't going to see him this season unless Kirk really go down and get hurt. But at the end of the day, it's just like this. This draft, you got to pick up a right tackle that's going to protect his blind side. Been saying this for the longest. You're not going to throw this kid out here and put him in a spot to where you destroy him physically and then psychologically he doesn't recover from that. Because again, you're coming into a situation, people want you to win right off the bat, because this is one thing that you got to understand. NFL stands for not for long. Fans will turn on you if you're not producing, and it's just what it is at this point. So I definitely appreciate everybody for coming through today. It sucked that we lost. You know what I'm saying? Benediction has been crazy today. But at the end of the day, it's just like this, man. You either riding with this squad right now while it's bad, while it's ugly, while we pretty much did what the Falcons do. We found a way to shoot ourselves in the foot and make it even harder for us. Season ain't over with yet. So if you're saying the season is over with, just jump off the damn bandwagon at this point. Real talk. You got 4 games left. You don't know what's going to happen. Again, it is what it is. Ride this out. You don't know. Doesn't look good right now. Let's be honest. It doesn't. But you never know what these last few games are going to hold. That's all I'm going to say. So definitely appreciate everybody for coming through. Got a little something that I got to handle here at the crib. Y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button coming through. Y'all check out my man ATL Kool-Aid. You gotta check out my man Kool-Aid on his channel, ATL Kool-Aid Drinkers. One of the best out in the game. Gives you a soliloquy of who do you follow, Kool-Aid? Put it out there for the people.
Yeah, I follow We Talk Hawks TV, also you and Dixon Way. So I haven't got on those social media yet. They've been asking me to come up, but I'm working on that, man. I'm gonna try to get on X first. That's what everybody been trying to get me to get on Twitter. So
we need you out here to spread some of that Kool-Aid, because right now, as depressed as everybody is in the city right now with the Falcons, the only good thing we got going is these dogs being number 2 in the playoffs and having a chance to compete for a national championship right now. So that's about the only thing we got, and the Hawks are winning right now. So I take it.
Let's go, baby. Go Hawk.
Hey, Fandemic, let the folks know where they can find you at, man. Hold up. I think you might be muted, bro. I got you. Go ahead.
After I uncover my sign back here, let me let y'all see that right there. Okay. All right.
You trying to show us your hurricane sign? Your cane sitting at home just like Alabama.
Matter of fact, y'all playing in the Pop-Top Bowl.
Yeah, we playing the Pop-Top Bowl. I'm gonna let you have that.
I ain't got no hate for Miami. They recruited me when I was in high school. Just as long as y'all play the dogs, we good.
Yeah, they came after my son too, but they didn't bring him in. But look, quiet as kept while we talking Miami. We need to go get that receiver that they got.
Yeah.
Mr. All Hands. But anyway, guys, y'all can find me on YouTube, Atlanta Falcon Pandemic, on Twitter, Atlanta Falcon _Pandemic. I do Falcon content right now. I think I did one podcast, but I'm looking to work with all you guys, man. I love talking Falcon fans. I love talking to Falcon fans, love talking Falcon football. That's all. Just don't lose the hope. We still Falcons. We still gonna do what we do. They still need to make the decision on Penix. And last note, Penix has been through this before with a bad line, offensive line. When he went to Illinois, he had Indiana. He had a bad line. He ended up getting hurt, but he bounced back. They didn't want to change the offense for him, so he went over to Washington. They had a bad line. He made it work over there with his skill. They made the line adapt to him, so he's been through this before. And I'm just saying he could probably do it here too, even with Caleb McGarry. But guys, y'all look for me, man. And I'll be reaching out to a lot of people too, because I'm ready to work. Yeah, just look out for me on YouTube mostly.
We got you. DA, you got a channel that the folks can follow you, bro?
Yes, I do. I actually started my channel earlier this summer. I got a little discouraged. You know, my pop died this summer, so I was doing post-game shows. I've been doing hype reels, bro.
Yeah.
But I will be doing a post-game show today. You can also find me on YouTube, DA Boom, and on DA Sports. So he doing a little bit more, coming up the next couple of weeks, even today going forward.
Hey, what's your channel again, bro? Because I need to hit that. You said DA Boom and what?
Yeah, DA Boom on YouTube and DA Sports on Twitter.
All right. I definitely be looking for that channel, because I gotta hit that subscribe button. Gotta help you out, my boy.
Appreciate you. I'm trying to get like you guys, man.
Man, we've been waiting on you to get a page for the longest. You finally got one. You finally got one. It's gonna be forever today.
Yeah, I started out, man. I stopped, but I think going to day 4, I'm about to take it more serious, man.
Hey, you already know, like I told you came in here. You know you got a spot on the purse. Just come holler at us, dog.
Appreciate that. Hey, y'all salute. Y'all be safe too, bro. All right, Ryan, I'm hollering at you, man.
All right, fam. Rich, when you gonna get your channel, man? You BSing, bro.
No, the channel done. I tried to go live the other day, and they were like, "Yeah, go get 50 subscribers first." We ain't doing that. So I see now it's levels to it. So they even said let me suggest you making a short first. So yeah, because I really had something I wanted to say. Wouldn't even let me go live. I was like, I got to make a short first and get 50 subscribers or something. He said.
Hey man, we got you covered on that, bro. So again, do your thing. You hit me up. I got you. We'll chat off the record. But for those that are tuning in, we appreciate y'all tuning in today. Unfortunately, the Falcons took a loss that shouldn't have happened. They had a chance to win this game, let it get out of hand. It is what it is. But guess what? We'll be back next week against the Raiders. Let's get this win. Let's go ahead and finish this season out, because again, it's 4 games left. We don't know how the rest of this season is going to play out with Tampa and seeing what they're going to do, because right now, that is the only team we have a head-to-head over. If we sweep the Panthers or whatnot, that works in our favor. And unfortunately, the Saints got to beat them to help us out, unfortunately. So we literally got to hope for them to win. And I hate New Orleans. Hate it to the core. But it is what it is, man. So appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all check us out Thursday night, 8 p.m. You either get right or you get left. Hey, we out of here. This is the Benediction. Peace.